Hey, how's it going, everybody? Movie Guy 808 back again. In this video, I'm going to be going over some of my DVDs that kind of take me back to my childhood, some of my childhood favorites, um, ones I've been watching since I was a kid. So let's get it started. We're going to start with some obvious ones, but need to be said. Obviously, Ghostbusters 1 and 2. Great films. I mean, introduced me to so many great actors that I love to this day. Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, Rick Moranis, Sigourney Weaver. Obviously, saw her in this one before I saw the Aliens movies, and just a whole lot of fun. I mean, movies you can watch over and over. Great family movies, and really well done, really funny. Great films. Got the old original Snapper Case release of Ace Ventura: Pet Detective with Jim Carrey. Another one I've been watching. Obviously, all of these I've been watching since I was a kid. But another one that I can recall watching, sitting on the floor of my parents' house in front of the TV, watching this one when I was a kid. Classic with Jim Carrey. Great old baseball movie. League of Their Own. Tom Hanks, Gina Davis, Madonna, Rosie O'Donnell, obviously also in this one. Great feel-good story. Great movie about a time in our country's history when men were returning from war, and women's place in society was kind of being negotiated to a certain extent, and really kind of does a good job of dealing with that issue, and really does it justice, and is a great movie to boot. So, League of Their Own. Another one with Tom Hanks, Turner and Hooch. I'm a big animal lover, so I absolutely love this film. Young Tom Hanks, obviously with his friend Hooch on the cover there, and it's a great buddy movie between a guy and this dog, and really funny, awesome movie. Turner and Hooch. Another good one, old one, Uncle Buck, with John Candy, obviously. Love his character so much in this film, and just the way he interacts with the rest of the family, his one-liners, his sense of humor, how protective he is of the kids, and he's just a great character. One I've loved since forever. Great movie. Another good family classic, On Golden Pond. This was a movie that really, I'd seen it since I was younger, and I never really kind of got into it, but as I got a little bit older, understood kind of the implications of the movie in terms of family dynamics and people getting older, and really what it tried to say about families, and the way families develop, and people get older, and the dynamics change, and the difficulty that comes along with that, and just a really, really good movie about family dynamic and character studies on these characters. Really well done. One I can watch to this day and still be entertained. On Golden Pond. Great family flick. Another great family flick. Hey, wait a minute. How did that get in there? That's not right at all. Disregard that. Another classic, Mel Brooks, Blazing Saddles. Obviously, a film that dealt with kind of race in the South, having this, obviously, a black man being named sheriff in this very small town. It's very, very funny dialogue, funny one-liners, as Mel Brooks always does, and some great performances. The main actor in this film, one second, Cleveland Little is his name, and he is hilarious in this movie. Possibly my favorite performance in any Mel Brooks movie, even over Young Frankenstein and Robin Hood Men in Tights, the producers. Cleveland Little's performance as the main character in this movie, probably my favorite. Good old sci-fi action flick, Fortress with Christopher Lambert. Another one I've been watching since forever. Just kind of a modern, or not a modern, a futuristic prison film about these political prisoners that are being held in this huge fortress and their attempts to escape. It's funny that these old films are always set like just a few years in the future, like in the year 2017, like that's so far away. But when this movie was made in the 80s, it probably seems, a lifetime away. But great old film. Christopher Lambert, who's of course known for being in the Highlander movies and a few other things. Good flick. Then moving on to some of the Blu-rays I have of some of my favorite classic movies. Starting with Jim Henson's Labyrinth with David Bowie and Jennifer Connelly. It's just a great story, some great puppetry in here, really good set design. It's just a great world that he's created in this movie. And David Bowie, who's always awesome and kind of out there. Young Jennifer Connelly giving a good performance in this. Good film. Harrison Ford, Blade Runner, final cut here on Blu-ray. One of my favorite sci-fi movies. I mean, beyond Star Wars, this is definitely up there. Blade Runner is just a classic film. Obviously, love Harrison Ford. Great role for him in this as well. Love the concept of androids versus humans, and unable to tell who is what, and kind of the game they're all playing with each other. Rutger Hauer, obviously great as the bad guy in this one as well. What more can I say? Blade Runner. A couple great classic war films here, old war films. Guns of Navarone, Gregory Peck. This is a movie that my grandfather actually introduced me to, and I've loved it ever since. Gregory Peck, David Niven, Anthony Quinn. Just a great story, great music in this movie. Love the music in this movie, and just a really great old World War II movie that I can watch over and over. Guns of Navarone. And coupled with Dirty Dozen with Lee Marvin. Great cast in this. I mean, Telly Savalas, John Cassavetes, who everyone knows went on to be a great director in his own right. Some great dialogue. Again, fantastic music. I don't know why movies back in the day could have such great music, and today that's so hard to come by. But it's a great dynamic between the soldiers, Lee Marvin, and each other, and such a great cast. Great movie. Old Kurt Russell flick, Big Trouble in Little China. Oh geez, this one's cheesy, but I love it. And I could watch it over and over. And young Kurt Russell is just too much fun. Big Trouble in Little China. That pretty much says it all. And I always forget this was directed by John Carpenter. I can hardly believe that. It's just kind of a different movie for him. But again, I really enjoyed it. Another classic Harrison Ford film, Fugitive. I've watched this one with my family so many times. We're all huge Harrison Ford fans, and he is great in this one. Tommy Lee Jones as well, obviously. Some great one-liners, great moments in the film, and some great suspense. The Fugitive, must see. Michael Keaton in Beetlejuice. One of the weirder movies I saw as a little kid. Obviously, I didn't really know what to make of it at first. It's pretty out there, but a great performance by Michael Keaton. Looking back on it, I mean, it's just hard to believe that was him. I mean, I've never seen him in this kind of role before. I wonder how many times they marked this thing down. It's like 5 stickers on there. But Beetlejuice, yeah, on Blu-ray. And my last one, but probably one of my favorite films of all time. I've literally probably seen this movie about 40 or 50 times in my life, and love it so much. That's Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid with Paul Newman and Robert Redford. Directed by, don't tell me, George Roy Hill? Was it George Roy Hill? George Roy Hill, right there, yes. Fantastic movie. Probably my top 5 of all time, of any movies ever. Definitely my top 5. Great music, great performances, great dynamic between the two main actors. Best Western I've ever seen, and one of the best movies I've ever seen. Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid right there. Love that movie. Alright guys, thank you very much for watching. I'm going to try to put together a few more videos here soon, and I'll hope to see you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.